Hey everyone, it's Xant. So today is going to be another one of those hybrid videos where I do a bunch pre-recorded and then you get a mix of my live reactions to the new arena content. I'll do it in my normal order though, suits, pilots, and then the extra stuff. Let's get this ball rolling with the new Gacha machines, both of which will be added to the standard pools after this week is ended, and I guess we'll open with the Radiance Julia from Iron-Blooded Orphans. An improved Radiance, the Julia was a Gallarhorn prototype test machine, piloted by Julieta Juris, which is what the suit's name is based on, and is the space-oriented sibling to the Grey's Ein. The suit's performance is directly dependent on the pilot's skills, which is something you wouldn't see in something pumped out to every grunt on the front line. It's an overall improvement to the base Radiance frame, so think of it as a beefed-up grunt suit, pretty much like any prototype. So what kind of weapons does the Julia actually have? It has two Julian swords. They're arm-mounted, sword whip-like things. Think Ivy's weapon from Soul Calibur. It has two blades, they're mounted on the legs, and a Vulcan turret set mounted in the shoulder binders. It should also be noted that the hands and feet of this machine change depending on the situation. Normally, the Julia has claws instead of hands, but that can be changed up if it needs to for holding a weapon. Same goes for the legs. Instead of the blade feet, it can change to a clawed foot for walking on surfaces. Our other new Gacha suit this week is the Extreme Gundam Eclipse F. A variant of the Extreme Gundam type Leos, this suit mainly featured in the Extreme vs. Full Boost arcade games, and is canonically piloted by Leos Alloy. Built alongside the Extreme Gundam, if the name didn't give it away, this machine was designed to be manned, unlike the other Extreme Gundam, which was designed to be unmanned. It ended up being shelved away due to no potential candidates being available, and was eventually given to Leos so he could avoid death in the story of Extreme Versus, and chase after its sibling suit, the Extreme Gundam, for story reasons. I'm not going to spoil the games, so go play them if you want to know more. This specific variation of Type Leos is a long-range bombardment loadout, and is thusly armed with a lot of firepower. The Eclipse F has two variable psycho rifles, two blaster cannons, these are mounted on the shoulders, two missile pods, these are mounted on the waist area, and an Eclipse cluster mounted on the back. Now the left side is a micro-missile launcher capable of firing a salvo, while the right side is a long-range beam cannon capable of causing up, even large explosions. It looks pretty cool, not gonna lie, but the suit also has what's called Extreme Evolution, which sounds like an awakening to me. It draws out the full power of the suit and adds new weapons. Granted, this machine existed in a virtual world, so it's plausible in a way, I guess. We'll see. Our welfare suit this week is the sibling of the Type Leos, the original Extreme Gundam. Is it really the original? I'm not 100% sure, because both of them kind of appeared at the same time. It's just one is the Extreme, one is Extreme Type Leos. I just kind of assume Type Leos is like the second one. Anyways, a suit designed to be piloted remotely or by an AI, this suit is hinted at to be absurdly strong, to the point of grasping and crushing the Shenlong Gundam's Dragon Fang with ease. It's very bare bones in this form, due to it being reliant on phases, or packs, to make up the bulk of its firepower and change its appearance. For example, the Eclipse F I just talked about shares the exact same appearance as this machine, without the armor pack on it. Sans paint job. The Type Leos is canonically orange, but because it's using the 10th anniversary color schema, it's got the blue color scheme to it, so... Anyways, the Extreme Gundam comes with two beam sabers, an Extreme Rifle, which looks really weird, frankly it looks like a guitar, and a shield. Now the shield is strong enough to actually block a direct shot from the Wing Gundam's Buster Rifle, so it is quite sturdy. And honestly, this suit sounds really overpowered, but it's been reduced to welfare. I guess we'll see how that all turns out. Now onto our pilots. Kalemi Toto finally joins us from Gundam Double Z, a new type pilot for New Zeon that favors honor over the treachery you'd normally expect to see in the Zeon forces. Okay, just kidding. He's a heartless leader who doesn't even blink at manipulating the weak and abandoning them when they fail. See LPL Peru for details. So, the standard two-faced gentleman. Nice. He also has a crazy attraction to Rue Luca, so I guess I gotta sympathize with him at some level. A charismatic leader, he rose to power after creating the clone Ple 2 and using the Psycho Gundam Mark II in his plans. He's a decent pilot too. However, he faced off against the Gundam team, which means he was fighting an uphill battle against plot armor. I don't think that's a very fair scale to judge someone by, frankly. Our final new addition to the Gacha banners this week is Orga Itsuka, from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Leader of Tekadon, a private security company he created in the aftermath of betrayal and the assault by Gallarhorn on Mars. He started off the series as a pilot, however quickly changed to a leadership role. But the fact he had an Alaya Vinyana system meant he was pretty much an ace out of the box, since the direct interface with the mobile suit or mobile armor improved performance drastically. But the thing is, it took almost no time at all for him to kind of delegate Mikazuki to the battlefield while he commanded. Now, was Orga a good pilot? For the short time in the beginning that we saw him, yes. Was he a good commander? I'd say so, considering his circumstances. Will he be given the commander word tag and the supporter job license? Most likely. Now, normally, this is where I'd end, but I'll instead briefly touch on the new arena content, and then do my live impressions on the parts right afterwards, so sit tight just a little longer. The new arena suit this month is the Guerra Doga, Reisenschneider edition. We already have the Guerra Doga as a 2-star unit, so I'll just be brief. This is a mass production type mobile suit for Neo Zeon, and was an equal match for the Earth Federation's Jigen, which it was mainly fighting at the time. The Guerra Doga comes with a beam sword axe, a electric wire, a shield that has a grenade launcher and Sturmfaust rocket launcher mounted onto it, and a beam machine gun. Of course, I gotta talk about the pilot Reisenschneider as well, from Char's counterattack. Now, she's an arrogant, belligerent old-type pilot, but she managed to not only deal severe damage to a warship during combat, but she managed to do it twice, to the same ship, while piloting a mass production suit. However, she was eventually killed in action. Okay, I say eventually, but she didn't really exist for long in the movie. But those were some real accomplishments she had while she was active. And with that, I will now transfer over to my live impressions of the new arena content. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in my live stream impressions that I'll do in a couple of days, as normal. Hey guys. Alright, so let's get cracking on the parts impressions for the new arena content that got added. We'll start off with the Guerra Doga, and then we'll move on to the new pilot. So let's take a look at the Guerra Doga head. Okay. So even at 99, that's really low base shot attack, has a little bit of melee attack on it, recover 10 armor gradually if you're an outfighter, commander in close combat. The close combat tag is nice. I do like the aesthetic of the mono eye, however, the stat distribution on it hurts. I would still recommend getting at least one part for each for the suit, just so you can unlock the collection for it, as now collections are directly tied into your overall power with the new expert points system. Now, the torso. Okay, so you're just under 200 or just under 300 base melee and shot stats, okay armor for a welfare. With Axe, EX skill CD reduced. If that was initial, that'd be pretty cool, but it's not. Commander in close combat. Again, the close combat tag, which is really cool. Okay, however, again, Commander's not terribly common, I guess is the best way to put it, on most of the higher end machines, but because it does raise your shot attack by 5%, it may be useful as an alternative to something like high firepower. Anyways, it's an okay part. The part trade's not really that great, however. And again, I am marking this a good part in terms of, pretty much welfare. And it's pretty much just being carried by the word tag. And, Xeon. I have a real thing for the mono eye suits. Now, part trait for the arms. When physical resist is under 5k, melee power boosted by 25%. So if you're running a budget build and you have very low defensive capabilities, this may be something to pick up. However, the stat distribution on it is lacking to be nice. And you do have close combat and commander again. This may be useful under very specific and certain circumstances if you want to sub-slot this and use its trait, but I think that there are better options available, as physically nuking your physical resist down to make this trait active may not be the best idea in the long run. Now, the legs. The legs. Brave Axe combo. DB, 6 seconds. Cool. Rush of blows. So that's not a cutscene, so it's just going to be kind of like you swing in front of you, which means it's prone to missing. I'm not so sure about that one. Commander and Xeon. So you got rid of all the good word tags and you added in Xeon, and yeah. Even the stats are kind of eh. That's going to be a hard no for me, dog. Alright. Backpack. When 2 enemies are shot down, melee power boosted by 25%. There's better backpacks available that trigger this exact same melee power boost number that doesn't require 2 enemies shot down, meaning you can use it in 1v1 arena. You can also use it with, well, you know, pretty much everything. The problem with this is if you ever do it in a 3v3 arena or a 1v1 arena, you're pretty much, long and short, you're not going to get the full mileage out of this. The only time you're really going to see the shine is if you're fighting a lot of waves or multiple enemies. If they ever decide to implement some kind of wave combat system where you get just put up against constantly increasing in power suits until you die, this may be a really cool trait. But until then, we'll see extremely limited usage based on what content we have available, I guess is the best way to put it. I guess technically with the new Inferno grade missions, with the way that they set those up, this may be useful there, but I can't see somebody willingly sacrificing a useful backpack trait for this, because again, there are better options available. Interesting though. Alright, let's look at the Tomahawk, or the Beam Sword Axe. While Commander, enemy melee power reduced. Ooh, okay. And it has pretty much welfare melee specs. Now, here's the thing, right? This trait would be pretty useful on a machine that's you classify as a support in a run. Because if you do manage to get 100%, you can fully negate incoming damage, and it's been shown. So if you wanted to make a super cheese machine, you know, that fully negates shot or melee or heavily reduces the damage from both of those, something like that, this may be something you want to contribute into it, as it is very easy to EX10 it, like it's just a few coins that you probably have stupid amounts of if you're not trading them directly for platinum coins. And yeah, all you need is the commander tag, which isn't terribly rare in the parts that feed into the more supporty style builds. So that's pretty okay. That's actually pretty okay for what it brings to the table and what you'd want to use it for. Now, the Beam Machine Gun. Panic Maker, B plus D, beam shot, fire high-powered rounds. Okay, so that's not a magazine type skill. It has very low power. No, not about that life. And it has lower than what we'd expect shot attack, but still better than the Rebake. Commander Xeon tags, yeah, no. Alright, what about the shield? Sturmfaust. A minus D, 11 magazine. If only that power was higher. If only. Alright, Commander. Oh, we got close combat again. Cool. So that could be a pocket tag that you slot onto your 6-star shield to get a close combat tag on it. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Outside of that, though, I can't really recommend this. Not even aesthetically, it looks kind of silly to me. But the close combat tag's nice. Could be useful for a sub-slot. And the pilot. Alright, so we have an Outfighter. We have, wow, those stats actually hurt me. While Xeon, initial EX skill charge boosted by 1%. Close combat Xeon. She's like a discount full frontal. Yeah, that's exactly what she's a discount full frontal. Full frontal does the same thing. At least I'm pretty sure he does. Let me double check here real quick. List, sort by 5-star pilots. Full frontal. That's exactly what you are. You are a discount full frontal. But you are a lot easier to get up to your max value than he is because you can just be traded for. Okay. That's not that bad. Alrighty. Well, looking at the entire new set of Arena content here, it's very interesting, definitely. The pilot may be a pickup for people that are running mono-eye builds with Xeon tags. The initial EX CD is really nice. Unfortunately, the stats will hurt a little bit, but as it is an outfighter, you can use it on melee type builds. Not so much really anything else though. You will still suffer stat losses though. The word tags itself really aren't that great though, because it was what, Commander Xeon? No, Close Combat Xeon. So yeah, okay, you know what? Melee build? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being a thing. You'll just have to suffer the stat. Although I guess that won't be a big deal depending on how the 6-star pilots are implemented. Anyways, overall though, beyond that, I'd say maybe pick up the Axe, get that to EX10 just for that handy trait if you ever do decide to run a support that has the Commander tag on it, or you're just running a machine that has Commander and you don't know what to slot as a weapon. There you go. Other than that though, the machine's meh, like it's okay. It's not really that great. Yeah. Anyways, the last thing I do want to touch on, I forgot to do during my pre-recorded session, because I did this after, is the new Minovsky mode. I'll bring it up on screen here from the announcement. So Minovsky mode being added to the arena pretty much means that all shots, so when you fire off a beam weapon or something that's not an EX skill, it'll have reduced range. So instead of your, beam rifle firing and going whatever, 50, 67, whatever, it'll be reduced down by whatever amount they deem is okay. From what I understand, there's no printed amount, so we're just gonna have to kind of cross our fingers and hope, but it's recommended that for this you run a melee type build. Obviously, you can run whatever the heck you want, because there's no other restrictions other than shot attacks get less range on them, but yeah, that's kind of up to your discretion. EX skills may be affected though. Don't quote me on that. I'm just assuming that EX skills won't be affected by this, because, yeah, but we'll find out. Anyways, yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in my live stream video in a couple of days. Glemmy Toto finally comes in from Gundam Double Z. Right, America. Now, our pilots. Glemmy Toto finally comes in from Gundam ZZ. CZ, Double Z, Double Zoo. Glemmy Toto finally comes in from Gundam ZZ. I need to stop doing that. It's so hard to say Double Z.